guys, welcome back to my channel. It's lovely to have you guys here. Thank you so much for tuning in, for the continued support from that little group of subscribers that I have. Please click your like, share and subscribe buttons. Please help me grow my channel. If you've watched this video, I would appreciate it if you would share it on your other social media platforms. Share it with your friends. Let someone out there know that there's a lady out here who is speaking about love, about relationships, about emotional well-being. I really appreciate all the people who have come back to watch the videos again. Please, I've noticed that people actually watch my videos but they are not subscribing. So if it's you, please do subscribe. Your support would be appreciated. Thank you so much for coming back, guys. Today's video is going to be about why women feel so unfulfilled in relationships. I'm going to try and talk a bit loud than I usually do, because the mic that I bought is giving me problems. It's not compatible with my phone, and yeah, but I have it sorted. I'm just waiting for the other one to get delivered, and then yeah, we'll have better sound. For now, just bear with me. I'll try and talk as loud and as clear as possible. A small disclaimer: the views that are expressed within this video are mine. They are mine. You do not have to agree with me. You do not have to see things my way. This is just my opinion. This is just how I feel. And me being a counselor, I also bring in my line of work into it. So yeah, just take my word for it. If you don't believe me, just apply whatever advice I give you, and if it doesn't work, please do come back and let me know. Please do comment, guys. Comment, let me know how you feel. Tell me about your experiences, if you can relate to whatever I speak about within the video. Today I'll be drinking some Savannah while I go through this video. So yeah, let's get into it. Oh, Savannah Imunati, guys. So I think as women, we just know that dating within from the years of sort of your late 20s, 26, 27 upwards, it's very hard. It's very hard to find an ideal partner. It's very hard to find yourself in a situation where you just find a partner, because everyone else is either married or they're already in a committed relationship, and the little that is left, everyone is sort of like ravaging through it. We are all ravaging through it to find our ideal partners. And also, I've noticed that we end up being very afraid to have standards and to have expectations within those relationships, because one, we don't want to be judged by other people, but also we find that we feel like there's no more options of people left, people who don't cheat, people who don't lie, people who don't take advantage of us. And in turn, we end up believing that, okay, no, I don't think I can do any better than I'm doing now, so let me stick with the devil that I know. And that's where the notion comes in of better the devil that you know than the one that you don't. And I personally do not share my sentiments. I don't share the same sentiments. I would rather be alone. I genuinely would rather be alone than be in an unhappy relationship, especially if I am the one who is unhappy. I feel like I'm too young to be settling. I am too beautiful to be settling. I feel like there's a man out there who will not be perfect, but will definitely be willing to go that extra mile to make sure that I am happy, to cater to my relationship, to cater to our relationship, and for us to be able to build together. With us finding that it's harder to date within the late 20s, we end up lowering our standards, and we we put up with whatever a person does to us, whether he's a serial cheater, whether he's a liar, whether he drinks a lot. Every weekend he never has time. It's always time for him and his friends. We tend to omit, and we end up settling for those types of relationships. I don't know what other people's pet peeves are. Those are the few that I've mentioned. And we are scared of having boundaries, and we are scared of having standards, because we are scared that the little bit of people or guys that are showing interest in us will shy away, and we won't have any options to choose from. We won't have people to be with, um, and we won't get married. Also, another thing that is very big within society is getting married, and the older you get, the more the pressure is on you to get married, to settle down, to have kids. So those are also the other issues that women face when it comes to dating at an older age. We are also afraid of ending up alone. We are so afraid of starting over. We are so afraid of never finding someone. And it's very dangerous for you to stay in a relationship only because you are afraid of ending up alone or starting over, because 9 times out of 10 you are not happy, and when you are not happy, your partner will not be happy. But besides you not being happy, I've found that you build up a form of resentment towards your partner, because at the end of the day, this person does not cater to your needs. This person does not make you happy. This person doesn't fulfill you in many ways, and you are just staying in the hopes um, of it working out or them changing later on, of which it mostly doesn't happen. I mean, we know this. I don't think we need to discuss it. We know it. It's there. It's happening. It's a reality that we are faced with. So I hope that none of you guys are in relationships and you are staying only because you are afraid of being alone. You're afraid of starting over. Your self-worth, your self-respect. And when you don't value yourself, if you don't have self-respect, it's very hard for you to set standards for yourself, because you do not believe that you are worth more. You do not believe that you deserve more. You don't believe you can do better than what you have right now. And the sad part is that you'll find that when you got into that relationship, you had self-worth, you valued yourself, and you believed that you could do better. But when you get into an abusive relationship, that person holds so much power over you that they convince you that they are the end all, that you will never find anyone who is better than them, that this is where it ends, this is as good as it gets. And it's a big issue, because you end up staying with that person when you know you can do better, you know that you deserve better. So lacking self-worth and not valuing yourself makes it very hard to leave relationships and to want better for yourself, even if it does not involve you being with anyone at all. It makes it very hard for you to just find the courage to leave and to actually say, you know what, it's fine, I'm okay by myself. And in turn, another thing that affects us within relationships is our overall view of what relationships are, and the relationships that we have been exposed to for the rest of our lives. I'm talking from your childhood, your mom and dad, your uncle and your aunt, and the people around you. Those relationships set the tone on the type of relationship you will most likely end up in. Reason being, as a person, you are, when you grow up, you're like a sponge, and you absorb all of these energies, experiences, and everything that happens around you, and this forms your reality. And when it forms your reality, it comes to a point where, if you've never seen a man buy a woman a gift, it's a very foreign thing to you. And when you see someone else experience it and you don't experience it, first of all, when you don't experience it, you don't think there's anything wrong with it, of which no, there isn't, if you're someone who doesn't prefer gifts. But when you see someone else experience it, you start to wonder what you are doing wrong that is making you not receive those gifts. You feel like you're not worth those gifts because you've never been exposed to a group of people who are being gifted, who are being treated a certain way. That was just an example. Another example that I can make, there are people who grew up in abusive homes. There are people who grew up in homes where people just spoke however with each other, and they grew up thinking it's okay, because that was their reality. That's what their reality was shaped like. And when this person meets a group of people who speak in a polite manner, they will be shocked. They will be shocked because this is a side of life that they've never experienced before. So my point is, if you've been experienced to a certain exposed to a certain experience, a certain way of being, a certain behavior, certain types of relationships, it's very hard for you to want better for yourself, because this is what you've been exposed to, and this is what feels right. This is home to you. So that's another thing that contributes to women being in unfulfilled relationships, because you must remember, when you grow up and you meet new people and you move from your hometown and you move to different places, now you're experiencing other people, you're seeing how their relationships are maneuvering, and you are like, wow, I've never experienced this, I've never seen a man do this for a woman, I've never this and whatnot. And you start feeling very unfulfilled in your relationship, mostly if your relationship is an abusive one, if your relationship is not a fair one, if your partner is not giving to you, if your partner is not catering to you in any way, and in turn you end up being resentful. And yeah, the way you view relationships and the relationships that you've been exposed to plays a big role in the type of relationships that you will end up in. And 9 times out of 10, you will end up in an unfulfilled relationship, mainly because you've never seen better, you've never been exposed to better, you don't believe there is better, you don't, like, whatever you're experiencing at this point, that is as good as it gets. So in turn, it makes it very hard for you to move from toxic relationships. It makes it very hard for you to want better for yourself. It makes it very hard for you to seek better for yourself. We tend to compromise our standards, like I said. And with you compromising with your standards, the downside of it is you no longer seek you no longer seek being in alignment with someone. You no longer want to be compatible with your partner. You just find the next best thing and you run with it. But I want us to let go of that notion, and I want us to learn to be with people who give to us, people who cater to us, people who cater to our needs, people who understand that we need certain things, we want to be treated a certain way. I think I've made my point. So it's very important for you to seek alignment. What is alignment? Alignment is you putting your standards, your boundaries, and your preferences here, looking at what that person is giving and comparing it to it. And if that person does not fit the description of the type of person you want, does not fit the idea of what you want, it is okay. It is perfectly fine for you to go out there and seek better. It is fine. I promise you, it is fine. I promise you, it is okay. Never ever feel like you are being too much, or you're too needy, or you are seeking more than you should seek. It is perfectly fine for you to want better for yourself. It's very normal, you know. So it's please seek alignment. Please seek compatibility. Please make sure that your goals and that person's goals are aligned. Please make sure that you guys speak the same language. Please make sure that you guys are in the same state of mind, state of being. You guys have the same goal. You know, it's easier that way. You guys flow into each other. You guys can intertwine your lives together. Another thing that I want ladies to let go of: please stop loving someone in the hopes of them changing, or them being loving you one day, or them acting right one day. 9 times out of 10, along the way within the relationship, this person will show you how they feel about you through the way they treat you, through their behavior, through the things they do for you. Does this person want to love you in the ways that you want to be loved? Is he interested in your love languages? Is he interested in what works for you? Does he find ways to better his treatment towards you? Is he catering to you? And believe you me, if that man is not making means to treat you better, if he's not improving his way of life to make sure that you guys can work better together, he is not going to make you happy even later on. Nothing's going to change. Nothing. So you loving him better and you taking the reins, because I know as women we tend to things take matters into our own hands, and we want to change our situations. We want to make the situation better. We want to make someone act better. He won't act better. You will just tire and drain yourself, and you will reach a point where you are bitter and you are angry and you complain. You end up complaining and telling people that I stayed with him for so long and I've been giving him this and that, and I took care of his children and whatnot, when he will remind you that he didn't ask you. And it's going to be very painful to hear those words come out of his mouth, but he's right. He did not ask you. So it's very important that you act in such a way and you behave in such a way that caters to you before the other person. Make sure that your needs are met. Make sure that he loves you in the way that you want to be loved. Make sure that he takes care of you. You're not the only one running the household. On the days when you're not feeling well, make sure that he is able to get up and do the dishes and clean and whatnot, because he knows baby is not okay today. I hope these are things that you take into consideration, because they are so important. Another thing, you know how they always say you need to love yourself first before you expect anyone else to love you or to show you that type of love that you are expecting. It is so important. If you like dates, take yourself on a date. If you like shopping, take yourself shopping. If you like facials, if you like massages, take yourself to the massage parlor. When you show yourself this type of love, by the time that anyone comes into your life, you are in a position to receive that love, because one, you've experienced it from yourself, and two, it's not a foreign concept to you. It's very hard to experience or accept anything that you've never experienced before. It's very important for you to be in that position, so that by the time someone comes in your life, that person just adds on to what is already existing. That person finds you in a spot where you are ready to receive, in a place where you are aligned with those things. Guys, when you date, you cannot meet one guy and he shows interest and you already qualify him as an ideal partner, as a prospective partner, and you let go of any other guy that has been asking you out and you give him attention. It doesn't work like that. It won't work in your favor. You will not be happy in that type of a situation. Here's why. If there's 3 people asking you out, take at least a month and date all 3 of them. I'm not saying sleep with all 3 of them. I'm not saying visit all 3 of them at their houses. Go out on dates with them. See what they are all offering, all 3 of them. And from those 3 options, you will most likely find the strongest competitor, the one who's willing to bend over backwards to make sure that you're happy, and that is the one who is worthy. Because 9 times out of 10, if you are going to qualify a person immediately when they come into your life, and you don't even take the time to get to know them, you don't even take the time to compare them to other people, those types of relationships end up failing, because you never, one, compared him to anyone else, and 2, you took him at his first attempt. So you see what this person is presenting to you, see what they are giving to you, and make sure that it's aligned with what you want out of a relationship before you qualify them, before you let go of the others, and before you just suddenly jump into his arms and now you're all excited. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't. Anyway, guys, we have reached the end of our video. I hope this speaks to you. I hope the advice that I'm giving works for you. I would like to hear your feedback in the comment section. Please do let me know if you like the setup, if you like my videos. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And from me to you, it's all love. Thank you.